Welcome to the Wealth Mindset with JD Garnier. As always, I hope you had a productive week in your wealth creation journey. And my goal is always simple. It's to help you walk in wealth, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. To take the things that God has already given you and use those to create a life of purpose so that wealth is more than just what you acquire. Wealth is who you become. You are the wealth. It's not your real estate. It's not your business. It's not your investments. It is you. And before you have any of those things, you have a unique and specific set of talents, abilities, gifts, ideas, habits, disciplines, and inclinations. And once you tap into that, you start your wealth creation journey. So like I tell everybody, you are the wealth. Now today is Friday, one of the rare times that I have my house to myself. And I don't know, I'm just sitting back reflecting, thinking, figuring out how to improve, figure out how to execute, just thinking about my purpose and just trying to realign things. And, one of the things that I've done consistently over the past 2 years is a fast. I do a weekly fast every single Monday. I don't eat anything on Mondays. In fact, my last meal is on Sunday night. I don't eat again until Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. So effectively, I do anywhere from a 30 to a 36-hour fast every week. And when I first did it, I just did it kind of as a challenge to myself. I had been doing a lot of research on fasting and the effects that it has on your body and on your mental clarity, and I decided to just try it. But I felt so different and so replenished and so good after that first time that I just held it consistently. And so literally for the last 2 years, I do a 30 to 36-hour fast every week. I don't eat anything on Mondays. All I drink is water and coffee. And at this point, it's very easy for me to do. When I first started it, it was more a mental challenge than it necessarily was physical. But what I find it does for me physically is it completely clears out my system. It completely replenishes my system. When I go to bed Monday night after I have not eaten for a full 24 hours, when I go to bed that night, that's literally the best sleep I have of the week. I can literally feel my body replenishing itself. And when I wake up Tuesday morning, I'm not hungry. I feel energized. I feel great. I have not had stomach or gut issues in 2 years. And so for me, it's something that I plan to maintain. But bigger than the physical effects are the mental and the spiritual effects that fasting has done for me. One of the keys of the wealth mindset that I talk about, matter of fact, the very first key is sacrifice. And we have to be willing to sacrifice something. If you want to obtain wealth, if you want to have a mentality of attracting wealth to your life, you have to be willing to give something up. You have to be willing to sacrifice something. And unfortunately, most people don't want to make sacrifices. That's especially true when we talk about sacrificing the things that we crave, the things that we desire, the things that are most dear to us. Most people don't want to sacrifice. And what the fasting has done for me is spiritually, it has made sacrifice easier for me in other parts of my life. If I'm strong enough and if I have enough conviction to deny myself food for 30 hours every week, then me giving up something else that I want, something else that I desire, it becomes easier. And that only becomes important when you're trying to get to other levels in life. When you're trying to get to other levels in life, you're going to have to give something up. Sometimes you're going to have to give up your time. Sometimes you're going to have to give up relationships. Sometimes you're going to have to give up resources. You're going to have to give something up. And one of the things that I tell people, especially when you're trying to change your life, right? Because all of us have been in a place where we feel stuck, right? Where you feel stagnant, where you're really not moving, things aren't happening. And then you're trying to figure out, what do I need to do different? I feel like I'm doing everything right. What do I need to do different? And one of the things that you can do different that would change the trajectory of your life, that would change your circumstances, that would change the course of it, is to deny your desires. Denying yourself the things that you crave, the things that you lust for, is a sacrifice. But when you do that, when you give up something that you crave, you take back your power, you take your energy. And this is a question that I ask my kids sometimes, right? We live in a free country. We can do whatever we want to do. But is the power in doing what you want to do, or is the power in denying yourself from doing what you want? Because most of us, if we desire something and we have the ability, we have the power to get it, we're going to get it. And we all have something that we crave. We all have something that we desire. We all have something that we lust for, right? Something that makes us weak. For some people, that's food. For some people, that's alcohol. For some people, that's drugs. For some people, that's sex, right? And it's something that we yearn for. It's something that we crave. But a lot of times, if you don't destroy the thing that you love, you will find that it's destroying you. And so you have to gain enough mental power. You have to gain enough strength to deny yourself that thing that you crave, that thing that you love, that thing that you desire. Because most times, if your desire for it is that strong, it is destroying you. It's making you lax. It is making you lackluster in other parts of your life, right? If you crave alcohol, if that's something that you desire, I guarantee that alcohol is destroying other parts of your life. If you crave drugs, if you lust after drugs, I guarantee you, when you have drugs in your system, you are sacrificing and destroying other parts of your life. If you crave sex, if you are that lustful where you can't control yourself sexually, I guarantee you that is destroying other parts of your life. And so one of the things that you have to come to the realization of, if you're trying to ascend or change your circumstances, is that you have to deny yourself your desires. You have to give up the thing that you crave. You have to give up the thing that you want. You have to give up the thing that you lust. And when you do that, it's going to open up all those other doors. And so the fact that I've been fasting over the last 2 years and denying myself the foods that I crave, it has developed this strength in me to deny myself the things that I desire, especially when I know that it's going to conflict with my ultimate purpose, right? Because, you know, and I talk a lot about purpose in all of my videos, but I mean, first of all, we have to be living life for a purpose, right? Otherwise it's meaningless. Otherwise the suffering is meaningless. But when you are living in your purpose or for your purpose, there are things that are going to come that provide temporary pleasure, that provide temporary comfort. But when you take those temporary pleasures, when you take those temporary comforts, you are denying yourself your ultimate purpose, which is your fulfillment. And so, you know, this message is for anybody who does feel stagnant, who does feel stuck, right? That thing that you crave, that thing that you lust for, that thing that you have to have, I want to challenge you to give it up, to deny yourself of it, because that's going to develop a strength in you that allows you to get to your purpose. Because that thing that you desire, that thing that you lust for is not going to fulfill you, right? Your desires are an empty bucket. The more food you lust for, the more hungry you're going to get. The more drugs you take, the more you're going to want. The more sex you have, the more lust you're going to have for more. And you only stop the cycle when you deny yourself your desires. So if you want to change your circumstances and you want to change your life, deny your desires. And it don't cost a thing. Y'all have a good one. Tune into the Wealth Mindset with JD Garnier. Love y'all.